Well, what an intriguing final we have here at Players' Championship
25.
3. Two former postmen who have been delivering darts of the highest order
Raymond's won the ball
throughout the course of the afternoon. And it is Joe Cullen who picked up a title here 48 hours ago against Raymond van Barneveld, the Dutch legend, returning from retirement. He wasn't ready to put his darts away forever. He felt he still had something to offer the sport, and he's proving himself right. Can he go all the way
140
and pick up a first title for 7 years? First singles title in 7 years, a first ranking title for 8 years, Raymond van Barneveld. Or will Cullen make it a double here in Bolton?
140.
It's a rock start against Barney, and the asset Paul Nicholson joins me, Chris Murphy, to talk you through it.
Well, Murph, you love a double in the bubble, so why not a double in the bubble at Bolton?
Yeah, it could be a brace in Bolton
140.
for Joe Cullen, who has to try and not get involved in the romance
57.
of Raymond's return.
No, you've got to be ruthless. Got to go out there and exercise your own destiny.
Well, he said that had he not been playing Johnny Clayton, he thinks he would have played brilliantly in his first final. So you've told us what you're going to do, Joe. Attempting the 164 early doors.
Joe's done everything right, apart from
96.
allowing Barneveld one shot for the leg, but this is Joe's double.
Game shot.
Doesn't miss double 14 much. He won his first European Tour title on double 14 against a Dutchman in Michael van Gerwen. So, what an ideal start there from Joe.
We're talking in the semi-final about
96.
returning to a venue where you've tasted former glories, and of course Raymond van Barneveld has won twice in this arena. Joe Cullen has won just a couple of days ago in this arena. So both will be feeling good.
Absolutely right. We talked in the previous match when Barneveld was up against Ian White with the romance of walking back into this building and seeing the balconied area around
100.
and imagining that big stage of the UK Open here. But it's very different now, but it still has that air of history under the roof.
57.
I've seen quite a lot of players who were around in the days of the UK Open at Bolton telling other players who weren't, well, this used to be there and the stage used to be over there, and
105.
the TV crew was set up on that balcony there, and it has been a walk down memory lane for many people. Well, this could be the ultimate walk down memory lane for Raymond van Barneveld, who has left his signature shot.
Well, Joe Cullen, it has to be said, is playing
92.
A++ stuff here. Tops after 12.
Game shot.
It was 28 after 12 in the first leg. This is unplayable stuff from Cullen pretty much. And if he continues this, there's only one winner. Barneveld will have to find some lifetime style stuff to get away from this guy who is starting the 2021 season like the #1 seed that he has been today.
140.
Yeah, Joe Cullen did start as #1, did have a bye in the first round. Gerwin Price, the original #1 seed,
59.
withdrew with an ear infection, has headed home to Wales.
We always used to say, Murph, that if you didn't
91.
mark a game on a Pro Tour day, you'd had a good day. Because when you got to the quarterfinals, it was taken over by the officials. Now, of course, a lot of these players are given volunteers in usual circumstances, but in the old days, you had to mark if you lost. Well, the thing about Joe is he could still win this tournament, and he had to mark the first game of the day because of the bye.
Yeah, just to qualify Paul's point there, the COVID restrictions mean that the players are marking the outside boards, although we do have officials, as you can
94.
see on the live streamed boards.
Well, the formula is pretty evident, isn't it? You've got to leave a double after 12 in this match if you can have a chance. Tops. Tens now. He's missed tops twice, but has not missed tens. Halves the deficit in this best of 15 match. which Joe knows all about.
He's the
134.
aggressor in this one, Joe Cullen, so far, but that was a much better leg from Barney, raising his game
140.
to meet Cullen's standard. And the pair have played in some incredible matches in the past that have been a ridiculous standard.
140.
Yeah, they have. And make no mistake as well, you know, Cullen wanted to beat his pal a couple of days ago, but he'll want to beat Barneveld here. He'll want to break his heart.
It has been a while since the pair of them met, but Raymond van Barneveld has won
180.
the last 4 meetings between them, getting a little bit of revenge for a match in which he averaged 111 on the
35.
Euro Tour and lost to Cullen 6-2. Cullen's back at it in this leg. A dozen data? Well, not
39.
quite, but he's got time on his side.
Just wants 13 daughters. It's as simple as that. I remember that match where Barneveld lost with a 111 against Cullen. It was a
65.
It was a real moment for Joe. That was an earmarked performance where he kicked on from. And it's another 13 data for Joseph Cullen here.
Yeah, that was back in 2015 at the European Darts Grand Prix. Raymond van Barneveld, I mentioned, won
100.
the Premier League the year before that against Michael van Gerwen in a famous night.
135.
One of his greatest in a glittering career. But interesting to think that Raymond van Barneveld didn't win an individual
100.
title in the last 5 years of his professional career before retiring, yet could win one in the first 3 days since coming out of retirement.
And I think that's what the controversy of
99.
his Premier League inclusion was all about. What's he won? The fact of the matter is that Barneveld does put bums on seats.
100.
And if he still has that ability and the ability that we've seen today on the dartboard, what are we going to be in for in 2021 and of course 2022, because it's 2 years guaranteed, and it could be more than that if he's playing like this.
Well, it'd be good to see him going into the first major
58.
televised event, which is actually next week, feeling confident, feeling good. Joe Cullen has to be a contender there as well. We spoke about Johnny Clayton, who's reached 2 finals, but Cullen could be on for a brace of titles here.
Difficult finish, this one. One of the hardest on the dartboard, making it look easy.
127.
Well, he misses only just. Echoes of leg 1, because Joe's looking at 60 bull. Oh, and he's slipped into that small one for the second time in a couple of
81.
visits.
Slightly bemused look from Cullen. Has come to expect more of himself than that.
Game shot.
He will have expected that.
Boy, was that a nice kiss off that dart, Murph. Because if that dart wasn't there, that was missing double 8.
140.
2 players with really watchable actions. Rolls-Royce stuff.
140.
Effortless, it seems, but there is a lot that goes into it, isn't there? We just see the end product.
When you dissect the actions of
100.
Cullen and Barneveld, there's actually not a great deal of difference between the two. Look at the rhythm. Back, forward, back, forward.
100.
And then you look at Cullen, it's exactly the same. Back, forward, it's exactly the same timing.
The match played at a
91.
good pace, at a good rhythm. Does become easier on the eye than some of the
57.
kind of stagnated stuff that we can see when you've got one quick player, one slow player. How about this? He went for it.
144.
I don't know if that's the right play at this point. He's so good at double 16. I would have gone single 18 there to leave that 32.
140.
And we're about to find out if it was the right shot. 2 dots at double instead of 3. Double 4.
Game shot.
And it didn't matter. That's a huge shot from Cullen.
And you can see what it meant to him, because he would have been disappointed not to have seen the dart go in the double 8. It was a
57.
wire bender, that one, but Cullen just kept his rhythm and kept his cool and fired the dart into the double.
I was looking at social media before this game began, and I saw someone tweeting about how Cullen won on Thursday and Cullen won yesterday. Well, it's not a great deal of difference between those two names, is there? Is it going to be Cullen's day again? And we could have Cullen tomorrow, potentially.
96.
Barney trying to stop that run.
Now, Cullen,
100.
for me, has to start 19s here. Very smart. Looking for the 171. Bullseye.
80.
Didn't get it, but he's got his head on. He's thinking straight. And that's next level counting right there on the 271 shot.
99.
Well, Barney is first to a finish on throw, but Joe Cullen is going to leave himself very handily placed indeed here.
159.
And a big, big opportunity thanks to that setup to break. Barney may well have to hit this.
Double 16. He didn't even go for the 60 double 13 shot.
114.
And small margins in 3 legs.
Just lost his grip of his dart then. I just wonder if it knocked him out of his stride a little bit. We've been talking about rhythm. Barney lost his a little bit there. Does he lose the leg?
No score.
Oh, that's a huge mistake from Joe. He would have been in the distance if he'd have hit that double 16. A glancer off the top.
Game shot.
Just like that. And it is 4-3. It should be 5-2.
3 darts missed to break by the auctionman.
It's all about how you respond to
134.
what has just happened. That's sport. That's life. And how does Joe respond to 3 clean darts missed at 32? He comes back with a 1-3-4.
97.
We talk about, and we have talked about, the fact that we just see the end product. Are we seeing, Paul, here, 2 players that have
55.
been putting the work in behind the scenes?
I think you have to say yes. Based on the way they've been winning. Not
95.
just today, but over the course of 2021. Joe, for me, looks as good as ever. And I have to say, these new darts with that micro scallop in the middle, they've revolutionised
99.
the confidence and the ability of Joe Cullen.
Well, Joe Cullen confirmed as much himself. And we know that Barney has been doing whatever he can to make sure he got back on the professional tour.
134.
Has been focused and practicing away. Cullen, well, Dan didn't even have to finish the question the other day when he said to Joe about
53.
sometimes he has to work a little bit hard, and straight away Cullen was in there. I have been putting the work in, and it's certainly bearing fruit.
This is a massive leg.
131.
Cullen should have been 3 in front. This is an executioner type finish.
120.
Oh, so close. Barney with his heart in his mouth. But now, he's only got the mint in the mouth.
Game
And
shot.
he has a level game after 8 legs. Very, very different now after 4 key misses at double from Cullen in the last 2 legs.
Well, was it written in the stars? Because Joe Cullen here could well be out of sight in this final. Was it written, was it scripted for Raymond van Barneveld to return to the scene
57.
of his first big PDC success and pick up a title some 15 years later?
Do you believe in fate?
131.
We'll go into my beliefs another time, Paul. But it's a good narrative, isn't it?
I'm going to go down the Terminator 2 route.
140.
No fate but what we make for ourselves.
Just taken all the romance out of it.
89.
As Cullen produced his best darts at the start of this match and missed the opportunity to get in the distance
95.
and allow himself a little lull. He's going to have to scrap really hard now.
81.
And he's making the odd small error, which is inviting Barneveld in.
It's been 5 years now, Paul, since we've been streaming these Players' Championship events. Do you think the players have the sense that
45.
there are eyes on them now, and that both players here will know the meaning of this match, particularly for Raymond van Barneveld? It's almost an invisible crowd, so to speak.
Yeah, absolutely right.
81.
There's going to be a lot of people watching this, thinking, is Barneveld going to get back into the winner's circle? Well, Cullen make no mistake, wants to stop that for now.
140.
But this is so big. 19's first. 12 for Bull.
Game shot.
Absolutely gargantuan shot from Joseph Cullen of Yorkshire. Look at the reaction. Barneveld was poised. And that break of throw could be the biggest moment of this contest.
139.
And a good follow-up, forcing Barney to produce his best stuff. The Barmy Army silenced
83.
for now.
Yeah, there's no Barney Army in Bolton. But the Barney Army will be watching
93.
on. Sometimes in games you need a confidence boost mid-game. And I think that's exactly what that was for Cullen.
140.
He's now got to fend off the revolt of Barneveld at this point.
99.
And he's doing a decent job. He's left 170. And Barneveld needs 2 trebles to get to a finish.
134.
Well, history suggests Cullen would have gone for this anyway, even if Barney hadn't been on a finish.
96.
2 treble 20s for double 12. Wow.
Game shot.
Wow. What a game we're watching. 10 legs in, and I don't want to stop watching this. This is absolutely tremendous. And a break back from Barneveld. He's back in control.
It's just marvellous. Key finishes exchanged. It looked like Cullen had done
100.
the damage with that bullseye to complete the 119 combination. But Barney bites back with a brilliant 144.
137.
And we could yet see another match, another final that goes all the way down to a 15th and deciding leg.
It's what we do.
180.
And how did that go in? How did that find the bottom left corner? There's a bit of magician work there from Barneveld. Is he hitting the front
137.
for the very first time?
And what a time it would be. And what a time he's having here in
65.
Bolton. Picked up his first PDC
140.
televised title here at the UK Open, won it in consecutive years. Back in 06 and 07, Raymond van Barneveld. He can't complete the signature shot here, and Cullen has left himself handy.
95.
Is it going to happen again? Is it another break of throw? Is it the bull again? Oh, it's not even double 5 or the bull.
47.
That is a cardinal sin. And Barneveld can eat this up. Oh, but that's made things awkward. Double 4, 1 dart.
57.
He's had chances, hasn't he?
Keeps getting back in it and then handing it back to Cullen.
20.
But it's offered to Barney again. It's on offer, Raymond. It's yours. It's there for the taking.
Licks his lips and fancies it. It's the Johnny Clayton favourite. He thought that was in. I'm not sure if that's a guide.
Game shot.
Oh, how wrong I was. Oh, how wrong I can be. He is 2 away from a title.
Well, everything
57.
about that ended up being perfect for Barney, because Cullen would have been thinking, after Barney stepped forward and saw that dart perhaps slightly obscuring
60.
the target, and Barney thought he was in. He's out of his rhythm. It's a difficult dart. He's going to miss this, and then Barney nails it, and that might have just upset Joe
99.
Cullen a little bit.
Just look at his face, and he looks a little bit miffed, does Joe. He knows that those misses at tops and tens
99.
could be the most costly shots of the match.
And it is one of the slowest starts to a leg from Joe Cullen.
140.
Goes somewhere to putting that right.
Well, Joe's played so much better in this final than he did against Clayton 2 days ago.
140.
If he had played like this against Clayton 2 days ago, he would have won it so much easier. But he has to extract everything from himself right here.
177.
And he's going to hit that double 14 when he returns, because he doesn't miss it.
Paul has made his prediction.
93.
With some certainty. Could still be right. Could still be right.
No score.
You've got it wrong, Paul, and Cullen's got it wrong. And if Barney can get this right, he could put Cullen in a perilous position.
Treble 19. And I'm not going to say anything this time. It's all up to this man.
He'll get it, of course he will.
Murphy's neck on the line.
7.
Missed
21.
darts at double. They are costing Joe, and it's the first sign of negativity and exasperation from him. And Barneveld is playing well and getting lucky.
Well, he couldn't wait to get up to the hockey then, Raymond van Barneveld.
20.
A big moment, a big miss, a stumble on the hockey, and he stumbled on the board as well. Joe Cullen handed a lifeline.
2-2. He's only got half a bet to aim at. Oh, that is enormous. That is absolutely just as big as the 119 he hit a few legs ago. It's 6-6. And for the third day
96.
in a row, we are going to go to the wire.
He could well do.
180.
Oh, wonderful stuff. What a gripping game of darts this is. Forget the story behind Raymond van Barneveld. Forget the fact that Joe Cullen has already won 2 out of the last 3
140.
Pro Tour events. Just fix your eyes on this as a game of darts, and it is so watchable, so gripping, so dramatic.
140.
Joe is really fighting hard here. And Barneveld is finding the nooks and crannies of that treble 20.
85.
I mean, that is a mistake tactically.
Yeah, from
Should have
the
gone
beginning.
19s. Is that
134.
tactical mistake a really good sign for Cullen?
Maybe Barney's in a bit of a spin. Maybe he's not thinking
100.
the way he should be. We saw the way he stumbled and stepped back after missing in the last leg. Cullen capitalised then,
15.
but he can't this time. Big moment coming up here for Raymond van Barneveld to hold his throw and to stay in control of this contest.
Double 10.
Game shot.
Made that look so easy in one of the edgiest moments that we've had at this Super Series. And it has to be said, Joe Cullen has had a bucket full of chances.
58.
12 darts thrown in that last leg. He played supremely well and made 2 mistakes in 12 darts.
57.
A couple of years ago, Raymond van Barneveld decided that he couldn't do it anymore. He couldn't cut it anymore. He couldn't win
140.
anymore. And for a man who was so used to winning and being a big contender in big tournaments, that was hard to take,
100.
and it took its toll, and he decided to bow out, and his retirement season didn't go to plan. In fact, he retired early halfway through it
139.
after a rude awakening in Rotterdam. But Barney is on the brink of returning to professional darts with a win.
100.
The funny thing is, if Cullen had hit that double 16, this would be for the match.
They're just going to tidy this up.
104.
Sensible stuff from Joe Cullen. All Barney can do now is apply pressure here, knowing that he's got the insurance policy in his back pocket of having the throw
140.
in the decider.
My thighs are actually shaking right now watching this game. It's been unbelievable. Double 10.
40.
More missed starts at double. And this now is Raymond van Barneveld for the win.
This could be it. Double 12.
80.
A match dart miss. A championship dart miss by Barney. Will he get another?
He was in 2 minds, Cullen.
15.
He didn't know whether to go 2 double 4, and he chose to have 2 darts at double 5, which I think was the right thing to do, but 3 darts at double 12, and Barneveld for the win again.
$12 scored.
And 3 more darts go begging. Well, it's got tense towards the end of this match. It has got really tense between the pair of them.
I don't know how much more of this I can take. Double 1.
No
And
score.
Joseph, I think, has hit the wall.
Surely now Barney believes that it's his time. That Barney is back. Double 3.
Game shot. And the match.
And Raymond van Barneveld makes an instant impact on his return from retirement. What a fairy tale comeback this is. Raymond van Barneveld wins 3 days in to his professional career, having hung up his darts, put him in the case, put him away, and had a year off. Barney is back, and he's a champion again. A first title since 2014 when he won on a big stage in front of the bright lights and the big crowds in the Premier League. But this will mean everything to him. Raymond van Barneveld is back, and he's talking to our man Dan Dawson after winning a Players